So, good morning. Happy Tuesday. I like this quote on gratitude from John F. Kennedy. And it's so funny because when I look at these quotes, you guys, on practicing gratitude, I'm always struck by the quotes of people from many, 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 many years ago. So, gratitude is truly something that if you decide you want to practice it and you practice it every day, it really does get into your heart and your soul, and it helps you to move forward in life. And so I'm a big proponent of it. I always thought that I practiced gratitude just naturally, but having been doing this practice of writing it down and reading it every day has really been a great thing. So I was excited to see this quote. I like it very much. So when it comes to success, there are no shortcuts. And most of us know this because we've either worked for other people or we've worked on our own business, whatever that business is. And of course, starting your own Nerium business. Success is success. I mean, most people, when they say, oh, that was an overnight success, I used to hear that a lot in the entertainment industry. Oh my gosh, that was an overnight success. Well, the reality was none of those people were overnight successes. John Travolta, they used to say that about him all the time when he was on that show, that television series. Some of you are too young to know, but Welcome Back, Kotter. And when he got on Welcome Back, Kotter, everyone was like, oh my gosh, that's an overnight sensation. That's an overnight success. And the truth of the matter is John Travolta had been running around Hollywood for 10 years before he got that show. And he had been auditioning, and the people in the business knew who he was, but the public didn't know who he was. Same thing with George Clooney. George Clooney was an overnight success, when he got on ER, but nobody really knew that he had been for 15 years, trying out for television series and commercials and television shows. And he was living in his aunt's, in his aunt's house in Beverly Hills, Rosemary Clooney. And I know this on a personal level just because I hung out with a lot of those same people. And so it's a very strong statement when it comes to success. There's no shortcuts, because I think sometimes people think that they get involved in things and their perception is, oh, I'm going to do this and I'll have an overnight success. But there's always a plan. Everyone has their own timing. Everyone gets to where they get when they get there. And so when we look to the right and we look to the left and we say, how come that hasn't happened for me yet? It's not because you're not going to have success. It's just because you have your own timing. And so it's important to understand that. I was at a seminar yesterday, and it was all about code of ethics. And I wanted to kind of bring that into the fold in terms of business. So most companies have a code of ethics, core, and so does Nerium. And the reason why they do that is because they kind of set the tone for how their company is and how their company works and what they stand behind. And so one of the things that Nerium has is they have a system of core values. They have a system that is very, very simple to do for everybody. I was talking about that last night on a Zoom, that it doesn't matter what business that you're in or what business that you run. If you decide that Nerium is going to be a part-time business or something along with whatever else you do, there's a system that no matter who you are, where you live, what country you're in, doesn't really matter. The system is the system. It's exactly the same for everybody else. It makes it really simple if you don't change it up. When you start changing it up to say, well, in my area, they just won't go for that. Or nobody in my life that I know is ever going to do a party, or nobody that I know will do it that way. You have to do it my way, or in my country, they do things this way. It's just not the way this is run. So the idea is this system has been perfected and continues to be perfected over time. And we have to have faith in the people that are designing this, who have years and years and years of experience. And they are the ones who, have perfected this simple system so that we can all follow it and make it simple. So this is our system. And the question is, how do you do your Nerium? Do you follow that system, or do you go on your own? If you go on your own to do your own system with Nerium, it'll probably just take you longer to have success, just because the system is built for success. It's built for everybody. And so when you change it up, oftentimes you figure it out down the line that maybe I should have just followed the system. It probably would have worked a little bit faster and better for me. So I went into our success planner, which is in our back office. Everybody can get to it, no matter who you are. You can all get to this, and it's in the success planner. And this is our Nerium core values. So Nerium has set up these core values so that everybody knows that this is how we behave. This is who we are, and this is what we do. And if we all kind of follow that together, that actually helps the next wave of people that come into Nerium, that they know that there's a certain standard of Nerium, their practices, their best practices, and they're pretty simple, right? So you guys have probably read this, but it's a good idea to really ingrain that into your talking points when you're bringing people into your business, because really and truthfully, when you bring people into your business, the idea is that you want like-minded people. And the only way to know if you have like-minded people is by really, broadcasting the core values of what this company is about and what you're about. So best practices, these are our core commitments. And to me, all of these commitments, the 10 commitments, are super important, okay? I think that we all do them. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Sorry, excuse me. So our core commitments are all important, but in terms of high pay activities in business, there are always those high payoff activities that can really sort of help you to build strong. And so in my opinion, the highest paid off activities are to commit to your exposures and have a weekly market party or real results parties with guests. Prospecting is by far the number one activity in every single business. And that's universal, you guys. There is no business alive that doesn't need new people and doesn't need new eyes and fresh eyes and people to see the vision, see what you've got, and look at the differences of why you and not another company. And I've said it before. I go to Vaughn's Market. It's close to my house, but they don't have every single thing that I want. And so sometimes I have to go to Smart & Final. Sometimes I have to go to Trader Joe's. Sometimes I go to Whole Foods. But the convenience is that I could go to Vaughn's. But what I find is Vaughn's doesn't really have everything I need. So the other day I was at Vaughn's and the manager was there and just so happened to say, hey, did you find everything you need today? And I said, well, actually, no, I actually can't find everything I need here. So unfortunately, I have to go to another market. And he said, well, what is it that you're looking for? And I told him, and he said, well, let me make a note of that so that I can make it more convenient for you. So he was trying to figure out a way to keep me as a customer and not have me go to other stores to go to, even though I feel I have to for some of the things that I want. So what Vaughn's is trying to do is they're trying to keep the customers they have, but they're also trying to broaden themselves in a way that they can create more value to get more customers. And that's what we do. Okay. So those, to me, prospecting new customers, taking care of old customers, taking care of your raving fans is really how you build a strong foundational business. Not to say that the other core commitments on this list are not important, because they are. I think it's very important training. Okay. I think it's very important to, show up for those things. I think it's very important to do personal development in any business that you're doing, or just on a personal level. And I think in business that if you're not committing to at least 5 years with that business before you even think about should I be doing this, it's ridiculous. There is no business alive that I've heard that has had tremendous success, or any individual that I know that has done anything in a month, a year. Everybody has to get their 10,000 hours. And if they want true success or any idea of success, the consistency and persistency of showing up. Now, the real the real idea behind that is that you are consistent with what you're doing. So not only are you consistent, but the people around you that are watching you are consistent. As I said yesterday, you know, I owned the mortgage company with Robert. I did the marketing and sales, and he did the loans. He's been doing loans for 30 years. He's an expert at loans. He's really, really good. But I was out there marketing his, you know, what he did. Okay. And so I am I am an expert at marketing, and I know that, and I know how to brand. I did that for 30 years with people. So I know how to do that. And I know that I have negotiating skills because I've been negotiating deals for 30 years. So I know I have those you know, skill sets that are very, very important. In going into real estate myself, even though I've done my own deals, even though Robert and I have had lots of different real estate over the years, and I have been very influential in making those deals happen. As a realtor in the last 6 months, you know, not everybody is flocking to become, you know, to work with Annie Schwartz. I have to prove that I am persistent and consistent in what I'm doing. Do I think people would really get a lot of value out of having me market their homes with my skill set? Yes, I absolutely do. But I have to be very consistent and persistent, just like Miriam. You know, I'm very persistent and consistent about how this product works and why this model is great for people. Why is it important for people to give them an opportunity to have a business that they not normally might ever get? I think it's a powerful, powerful thing to be able to offer somebody an opportunity like that. So I believe in that, and I've been consistent with that, okay? So mastering the 2 a day is basically that. You're just mastering the idea of prospecting 2 people a day. If you prospect 10 to 12 people a day, will your business grow faster? Yes. If you prospect 0 people a day, will your business go slower? Yes. So it's not any different in any other business, but this is the simplest way to share Nerium. Is we just have a very simple system, and it's not that different from any other company in terms of how to grow a business. We just have put it in a very simplistic way. So when you think about high payoff activities, my feeling is you master the 2 a day. That's prospecting. That's the most important thing you could be doing for any business, is, you know, getting the word out there, what you've got. And if it's on a part-time basis, great. If it's on a full-time basis, great. If it's on a spare time basis, it doesn't matter. It's your business. You get to decide. But these are the key components in growing a healthy business. Leveraging the real results party. So in our system, that's what works. Okay. So 2 a day, getting guests to come to either a market party or a real results party. That's our system. It's just like anything else. If you work at another company, they have specific things that they do to market to their clientele. And I'll go back to Vons, you know, the grocery store. So one of the things that they do to market their people, which I think is really great, is they give points for the gas station, so that every time I go to the market, it tallies up reward points, so that when I go to the Chevron station, I get 20 cents or 40 cents off of every gallon of gas. Okay, so for me, I think, wow, that's really good. Robert loves that too. So in our mind, we think, okay, we can get a certain amount of stuff that we really like. It's convenient to go to Vons, but now they've put an extra added value into us shopping there. They're going to give us 20 cents off of our gas, every gallon of gas. So these are things that are subliminal things, and why you have to create value in what you do with Miriam or whatever it is that you feel most passionate about. You have to leverage that value into the system, which is getting people to your house, new people to your house for a party, or bringing them to a business opportunity meeting. That's the system of Miriam. That's what works, and that's what we're here to do. And if we're not doing that, typically our business won't grow as fast. That's the expectation. It's a real deal business. So the expectation is look, it's not going to just fly in your door. It's not just going to show up on your doorstep. You have to actually create those events to make that happen. Interestingly enough, if you create the event typically, you know the date, you know when you're going to have it, you know when you're going to do it, people end up showing up. It's almost like if you build it, they will come. And so that's what's most effective. Real results are effective because they're simple, they're easy to duplicate, and it's a way for you to share your products and share the opportunity with multiple people instead of one-on-one. Can you do a sit down? Absolutely. Is it effective? Of course it is. But if you want to build fast, if you want to get a lot of people, people talk about this all the time, and it's happened to me. It happened to me many, many times. If I have, 10 or 15 people over at my house, I'm pretty much guaranteed 50% of those people are going to want to try the product and order the product. So, that's just the way it goes. Retention. So the other way to build this business is, yes, you need brand partners. You absolutely need people that want to build on your team and build a team. But you also need to take care of your customers. So our simple plan is, you know what? We want to have parties because we want to share our information to people who want to know about our product, and we want to share the information to people that want to know about our opportunity. So how do we retain customers? We have to build raving fans. We know that most of our customers become customers because they love our products, because they work. We also have incentives for our customers to earn money every month if they refer business. And we also have the ability to say to them, hey, if you'd like to get your product for free, let me help you become a brand partner, and that way I can help you get your products for free. So we have a lot of advantages for our customers to help them understand why this is different and why this is better for them. Not only our products that are so great, I always say, the products is what got Robert and I involved with Nerium. I mean, we're pretty passionate about it. I was never consistent with really anything, but I saw the results, and every single product that has come our way has been really, really great. I can't say that there's one, I guess there's the only product that I have not been incredibly consistent with is the firm. And I think it's just out of my pure laziness because I know it works. So it's sort of like, I can't blame that on Nerium. It's just me. And so I can tell you that if we are involved with our customers, like the guy at Vaughn's who said, hey, are you finding everything that you need here? And I was able to have a conversation with him and say, well, actually, I can't find this here. I have to go there for this. If we can get into our customer base and actually ask them, hey, are you finding everything that you need here? How can I help you? Let me share some value with you. Let me share with you why this is so great. Value is what people like. Let me share with you that if you are consistent with the product, you're gonna get money off. Let me also share with you that if you buy $150 worth of product anytime at Nerium, you're gonna get free shipping. So these are the things that you want to make sure people know about as your customers. Why is it beneficial to become a preferred customer? You're going to get the very lowest price. Do you have to be somebody who has an ongoing ADO? No, you have a shopping cart. You can turn it off, turn it on whenever you want. This is very important information for your customers, helping them to understand why it's easy to have an ADO and why they want to have an ADO, because they want to earn all of these incentives, right? So customer retention is key to this business. So expectation. So we've talked a lot about this: part-time, spare time, anytime, full-time. What is your expectation in terms of your success with anything in your life, right? So if you do something spare time, like go to the gym maybe once every 6 weeks, you go to the gym, is your expectation that your body is going to change rapidly? If you go to the gym every single day, is your expectation that by 30 or 45 days, you're going to see some differences in your body? Most people would say, yeah, if I go to the gym every day, I'm going to see a difference in my body. I'm also going to feel a difference in my body. Most of the time when people say, well, if I try your Nerium for 30 days and I stop, what's going to happen to my face? Well, obviously, if you stop, then the aging process continues and probably your skin will go back to where it is. Although, I always say to people, why would you want to stop if something's working, you know? But people are people, and that's what happens. So in business, you have to really be real about your expectation here at Miriam. This is, for most of us, a part-time business. So that has to be your expectation. Most people at a part-time basis cannot make 10, 15, 20, 25, $35,000 a month. I don't know too many people in business that show up to work for 15 or 20 minutes a day and can earn that kind of residual income. And if there is that company out there where you can do that, please let me know, because that would be an amazing thing for everybody, right? So the idea is that we have to be very real about what our expectations are in business. And so I look at this all the time to say, you know, do I warrant, who would pay me the amount of money that I should make? What am I worth in terms of my time and effort? And so I always want to bring it back to that, because I think Miriam has, you know, the opportunity for everybody to earn money here, but the expectation has to be, what am I willing to do to be at that kind of an income? And so I think about that. So I'm bringing that to you guys to think about that, because a reality check is a reality check. You know, we all know what we do on a daily basis for our business. So I put this up as goal. This is goal number 3 in Miriam. And it's interesting because this is goal number 3. I have really looked at other companies, and people have brought me other companies. And I always say, well, when do you earn the car? When do you earn the car? And in all these other companies that have a similar model to Miriam, the car is not promotion number 3. It's like promotion number 10, or volumes of like 75 to 150,000 in volume, which is pretty much a regional marketing director or national marketing director in other companies as well. So I look at this and I say, goal number 3 is the car. And to earn that car, we have to have an organization that looks kind of like this, that we've mapped out. So my feeling is that if we really want to be consistent at this, and we want to get to the car, and if that's all we want to do is get to the car, which is a great place to be, what do you have to do? And how do you have to take care of your brand partners? And how do you have to take care of your customers? And how do you have to take care of your business in order to realistically stay there? So I look at this on a daily basis, and I map out who are my players. They change all the time. And how do I have to make sure that I have a senior brand partner over here, or I have a director over here? How do I have to help that person so that they're consistent? And how do I have to help them so that they know, hey, if you want to stay director, we got to get 5 parties out of your team. So that's the reality check that I go to. When I want to be consistent where I'm at, I've got to help a whole bunch of other people be consistent to where that at. That's called business. And that's part of the responsibility if you want to grow your business or maintain your business in a way, is you're constantly going to have growth. Going back again to the market, Vaughn's, you know, he has certain sales goals that he has to meet as the manager. And if he has a customer like me that comes there for certain things but not everything, he has to make up for that somewhere else. Or he can go to me and say, look, how can I help you to make this your only store? You know, we're convenient, we're here for you, we want to get the items that you like. So this is how we have to drill into our team. We have to go to the people that are willing, that want to build something, and we have to talk to them about what it is they want to do. And if they're not ready to be the director or the senior brand partner needed in your business, that's okay. Go to the next person and find the person that does want that, because that's the person that you can help right away. Doesn't mean you're going to ignore the other person, just means, hey, that person is really interested, I want to help them. So that's what I was thinking about. I know we went a little bit long, but I just want to show you some things, some announcements. First of all, in New Jersey, Cindy Haffenbrack is going to be there on December 2nd. If you know anybody around there, anywhere, you want to send them. You know, some people drive 3 hours for a regional because the speaker is so amazing. I would suggest, if you know anyone in and around New Jersey or in the outskirts in New York City, in Philadelphia, wherever, you want to get them to this regional, because she is not only a wonderful speaker and a lot of fun to be around, but she has an amazing story that I think people relate to. And she's really a great person. She's just a wonderful person. So I recommend everybody doing that. Last night on Miriam U, if you haven't watched Miriam U, you should go back and watch it. There was an announcement about miriamnow.com, which, by the way, right now, this morning isn't working, but it will be back up and running today, I'm sure. Also, you know, this is another way that Miriam is helping us to kind of share with people what our culture is about and what we do. And it's kind of the front office of our back office. So I think it's really great that they're constantly coming up with things and tools to help us right then and there with our phone. And I love this. So this was on Miriam U, and if you didn't see it, go back today and take a look when you have time. And Libby Sanders was talking again about reports. So if you weren't able to see her training with us, she does a great training on Miriam U, very similar, and it was great. And then I want to kind of get everybody to know that on January 13th is our Spotlight 18. There's going to be a couple of product announcements. It's a big event all across the United States and other countries. Find out, you know, where your spotlight is, that regional, it's a super regional. Find out who the speakers are. Start to talk to your brand partners about getting re-engaged and coming to an event like this right after the holidays. It's going to be a great event. I'm going to be in San Francisco with Anna Camp. We're also going to Zoom into New Jersey. So, you know, find out where your people are that you can send them and just get that kind of going on your calendar. So I gave you guys a lot of stuff today, and I don't know if you have any questions or comments, but that's all, folks. Anybody?
You're unbelievable. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Anybody?
This was one of the very best trainings that you've done. Thank you.
Really?
Awesome, Annie. Yes, awesome. Thank you, Annie.
You can tell it comes from your heart, Annie.
Oh, thank you, April. Well, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will be putting the replay on our page. Anybody else?
You are a business maven.
Ah,
Ooh, that's a great term, business maven.
huh.
You know, the pearls of wisdom you gave us today are amazing. And one little tidbit back to the market. I used to know that the market that was in a complex I was in had $33,000 a month rent to make. And their electric bill was something like $18,000 a month. And that's just before they even have payroll. Imagine what kind of volume they have to do.
Exactly. It's true. You know, that's the key, you guys. You got to realize that we don't have any overhead here at Miriam, so the pressure is never really on for us. And it's a good point, Carla, that if you had, you know, $10,000 or $15,000 with an overhead, would you do 2 exposures a day? You'd probably do 100 exposures a day. So.
Well, not only that, but we can do it from our homes and have a tax write-off to boot.
There's extraordinary advantages. And I know that, you know, there's some people on here who are managers of companies. I know Patty Munson is a manager of a restaurant. She knows when she has to get to her bottom line what that means, how many people have to walk in that restaurant. So it's a very, very important thing to think about. But I appreciate you guys. I know we ran late today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to put the replay on the page. And if you have any questions or anything, you know, always give me a call. Let me know. And I'll see you soon.
Thanks,